Shalom, shalom. Good afternoon. Zeus here speaking. Giving everyone a chance to get in here. Like I said, I'm giving you all a chance to get in here. Wise Solid speaking. First one in, let me know if I'm loud enough. It's a nice little breeze out here today. I want to explain some deep things. Now I'm going to start. If I'm unclear, let me know. Now you have the physical aspects of yourself. This is your physical vessel. You have the spiritual or substance. This is the emotional state aspect of self. And then of course you have the mind. Now all three planes of your existence, of course this is mind, spirit, and body, or you can say mind, emotions, and body. All three aspects of self, meaning all three of those planes, can be attacked from within or without. So of course I'm assuming most of you guys know what physical attacks is. This is when, you're being physically beat up. But in regards to spiritual attacks, mental attacks, most people may not understand that. Now I want to explain spiritual attacks. This is attacks against the emotional state. And of course, we live in emotional times, so this is important. Now, the emotional state can be attacked from within, meaning you can be on an emotional roller coaster, but this is an internal thing. I'm gonna let this plane pass. Now, like I said, when you're dealing with the emotional state or the spirit, it can be attacked from within or out. Now, when you're dealing with emotional attacks or spiritual attacks, when being attacked from within, meaning, you're going through an emotional roller coaster, nothing's actually happening in regards to someone doing something to you, but you're just going through an emotional roller coaster. When you're dealing with the internal emotional attacks, this have to do with a decline of self. Now, when you're dealing with the spiritual attacks or emotional attacks that's coming from outside of self, this has to do with your evolving. So one has to do with your devolving. Look at it like if you go down, then you may start to attack yourself in perspective. if you go up, then you may be attacked by others. Kind of look at it in that way. Now, when you're dealing with the external spiritual attacks or emotional attacks, I'm gonna let this plane pass. If any of you guys have questions, you can ask. When you're dealing with spiritual attacks or emotional attacks outside of self, you have to look at it as a substance thing. Meaning, if I give you alcohol, this is a substance. Or let's say I give you another drug, this is a substance. It can control your emotional state, or in perspective, you can say attack it, meaning you lose control of your emotional state. So you may get drunk and start getting angry and, violent for no reason. Or you may use another substance and it may cause you to go into a depression, or, you may get hyped up, violent, whatever. Depending on the substance, you can view it as it's attacking an aspect of your emotional state. So let's say the substance makes you happy. You can view it as the substance, which is a spiritual thing, is attacking the opposite thing of whatever it's making you feel. So if the drug's making you feel happy, or let's say the substance is making you happy, you can say it's attacking, the opposite. If the substance is bringing you down or making you violent, in perspective, you can say it's attacking the opposite, meaning, your loving, caring, peaceful nature. That's being attacked. Now, I'm giving you liquor and, different drug substances as an example of how the emotional state can be attacked. But it goes deeper than that, because the same way you can take a substance, meaning you can take the substance within yourself, and that substance can kind of put you on an emotional roller coaster or attack your emotional state. You can take in substance from others, meaning you can take in others' energy, whether negative or positive, and that can begin to attack you spiritually. Now, in regards to the negative, let's say a bad look, negative words, there's many forms of, negative energy coming your way. It doesn't have to necessarily be words. It can be a negative stare. It can be anything. Your energy, will pick it up. But this all has to do with if you let it in. So spiritual attacks can come in that way. I'll let this plane pass. Like I said, spiritual attacks or emotional attacks can come in that form, meaning it can come through others. It can come through others, and if you accept it, and of course, it will linger in you. So that's what I mean by emotional attacks. You may take in someone's dirty look. When I say take it in, I mean notice it, or notice it more than you need to. And then you get it, you become disturbed by it after the moment. So that's what I mean by emotional attacks. A person drinks liquor or a substance, and then after the moment of them drinking, then you get it, all is activated. But this has nothing to do with alcohol and things like that. Has to do with spiritual attacks. Now, now as you start to evolve spiritually or emotionally, this is the important part. As you start to evolve spiritually or emotionally, like I said, you can be attacked spiritually or emotionally within, but this has to do with your devolving. Or you can be attacked spiritually or mentally, externally, like I just explained, through others and through substances and things. But this has to do with your evolving. Now, as you evolve spiritually or emotionally, you will start to be attacked spiritually or emotionally. Of course, this will come from outside of self. You may get peer pressured or tempted to do substances that you don't normally or necessarily do, or it may be, the attacks like I explained coming through, negative eyes, negative words, whatever the case may be. And this all has to do with your evolving spiritually or emotionally. So you have to look at it like wherever we are, and as we grow, there's always the opposite force. Life is a balance, so you're always going to have the opposite force. So as you grow, there's going to be an opposite force trying to pull you back or keep you where you are, so to say. You can look at it like this. Let's say you have a best friend, y'all grew up together since 5. Y'all bonded together. When y'all turn 18, you're going off to college. That friend may try and talk you out of it. They want the best for you, but at the same time, they don't want to lose you. They're not going to college. They're going to be lingering around. So you get my point? There's going to be a force or energy trying to keep you where you are or pull you back. Of course, if you're moving forward from where you are, then keeping you where you are would be pulling you back. And so this is where most people start to decline, meaning people grow, and I guess not knowing this or applying this, then you get my point? People grow and are snatched right back to where they were emotionally or mentally, spiritually. It can be the same with the physical. When you physically start to get better, let's say you're scrawny and useless, and then you start to become athletic, you're going to start to become challenged physically by other athletic people. Now, when you was a scrawny nerd, nobody paid you any mind. You get my point? But as you evolve, so you get my point, the attacks will come. Like I said, in regards to the physical, it could be, challenges. Let's race, let's wrestle. You get my point? Whatever your physical attributes may be. Now, I'm giving you that example so you can apply it spiritually. The same way as you get better or evolve physically, you're going to start to get attacked physically or challenged, so to say, which is the same thing. This is the same thing that happens spiritually and mentally. So many of you guys may be going through spiritual or emotional attacks. And not the internal ones, but the external ones. If you're going through the internal ones, this has to do with your mind viewing you as you devolved in some way. Maybe you fell short in something, so now you're beating yourself up like that. That's what I mean when I say the internal spiritual or emotional attacks. They have to do with, devolving in some way. Meaning maybe you fell short in something. Think like if you had a race and you're very athletic and you lost. You may start beating yourself up inside. Say you're a great boxer and you lose a match, so you get it, you may start beating yourself up for a few months. This is like spiritual attacks or emotional attacks, but they're coming from within, and it has to do with your devolving. But like I said, when you evolve, this is your, growing. The attacks will come from external sources, not so much self. And so you may be growing emotionally or spiritually. When I say or, I mean like the same thing. You may be growing emotionally or spiritually, and now you're feeling attacked, or you may feel like you're becoming more sensitive or coherent in your senses. And it's just a growth thing, you know? You have to learn to know, the balances of things, and that they won't disturb you, like day and night. It's daytime, nighttime gonna come. Night don't bother you that much, daytime don't bother you that much. Maybe you like whichever one you like more, but you get it? It ain't disturbing you in any way of how that's happening. You have to get there where you become aware of things so you can avoid things. The reason I say that is because like I said, this can become dangerous because a lot of you guys act on your emotions. So, let's say you're evolving emotionally or spiritually, and someone starts attacking you, let's say verbally or with negative eyes, and let's say you act on it. You have a lot of people who are, in bad places that they don't want to be because they acted on, someone attacking them spiritually or emotionally. And in that moment, you get it? They devolved beneath where they were. You got people in jail, you got people dead, you got all kind of things. Meaning the spiritual attacks are more dangerous than the physical ones. Because they're the precursor too. And so this happens a lot with the young, meaning you're young and you're going through your stages of growth. When you're young, you're not looking at it like, let's say you're 25. You're not looking at it like, okay, between 8 and 15, that was growth, because I look nothing the same and my brain does not think the same as I did when I was 8. And from 15 to 21 to 22, you don't view yourself as the same. Meaning there's a lot of growth happening all the way up until about 30. But most people are not looking at it that way. Meaning we look at it like I'm 21, I'm grown, end of the story. End of that discussion. But that's not necessarily true when you have so many different growths. And growth spurts happening, during peace and wisdom. Jim Fahim said the stock market crash about to get ugly. Gems for hymns. Just listen and then answer honestly if you can. Did you hear any good news today? Did you hear anything that happened good or positive? Just a question. Answer it honestly. I'm saying what I'm saying because most of you guys don't realize it, but y'all are magnets for negativity. And it's okay. It's okay, but you're doing it to yourself. You get it? Meaning most of you guys feed yourself negativity. You don't realize it. And do you get my point? It causes you to be anxious or have anxiety. It causes you, to get a little emotionally disturbed. Meaning if you weigh on your own emotions, you're going to look at your emotions like an elastic band. If you keep pulling on it for no reason, then you get my point? You're going to cause it to break. And this is what most people do. They kind of wear their own emotional state out by hearing negativity all day. Other people's problems, other people's negativity, or any negativity you could think of. And then you get my point? They're like somebody who's just getting abused, but because they're doing it to themselves, they don't realize it. So when a person's getting abused, bullied or something every day, they might explode at some point. Y'all are all moving around like that, like y'all are about to explode. Any little thing said to y'all start acting like y'all going to explode, but this is because you get it? Y'all are feeding yourselves negativity or kind of abusing yourselves by feeding this self, this negativity, hearing, receiving in. And so you said, yes, they're harvesting energy. I'm not sure how old you are, but that doesn't, your answer just showed that, you get it? You don't even know what positive is anymore. That part. Say they harvesting energy. What does that have to do with the question? The question was, what's the good news that you heard today? You said you heard the stock market crashed. Could have started off with some good news if you heard some, but I suppose you didn't. And so that's the point I was trying to show you. But maybe you're too far gone. And so it's like I said, most people, they feed themselves negativity. They beat themselves down emotionally and mentally. And then whoever they come into contact with, so they will make for the straw that broke the camel's back, even though truly they broke their own back. And so it's a deep thing you'll start to notice as you grow. He said the good news is we about be free of capitalism. Salam, shalom, champ. I'm a little done with you in regards to, you're negative. I was trying to get you to see that, but you have to see that on your own. Your negativity ain't bothering me in no way. You ain't say nothing negative to me. But you just come bearing negativity. And so that means something in life, You're like the bearer of bad news. You're like the reverse of the Bashir, I don't understand what you're saying, Cosmic Union, but salam, shalom. Peace and wisdom, page 3. And so for those of y'all that's followers of mine and you kind of, trust in the things I say until you evolve to mine to, know and see how I do. They've been saying things for forever, you get my point? Meaning every day they find something new, negative to bring the population down emotionally. You follow? If they ain't telling us who got their head blowed off or this thing or that thing and they arguing online over here, you get my point? You become aware, you see, it's just about bringing the emotional state down for the most part, and that, that's the precursor to the actions. First attack the mind, that will attack the emotional state, meaning they plague y'all mind with all these things that make y'all fearful, scared, negative, whatever the case. And then y'all mind start attacking y'all emotional state because y'all overly think on it. And then next thing you know, y'all acting Y'all acting out of these scrambled emotions. And a lot of y'all are waiting for this thing, and you waiting for that thing to happen, and you waiting for this thing to not happen, and you get it? You have to get to a point where you realize, I have to just get off the ride. Whatever I'm lost into doesn't even matter. It's just a ride. It's just a roller coaster ride as long as I stay on it. And whenever I decide I'm going to get off, you get it, I'm going to get off. Outside of that, y'all going to be crying about Sonya Massey when it happens again. Sonya Massey's like Sandra Bland. This is, you get my point? It's just a seasonal thing at this point. Negativity happens, the spotlight is put on it, and you get my point. You start to think of a whole bunch of things that's coming, meaning most of y'all minds, like you say, the stock market crash. Y'all say, man, Trump about to get in office, and the bubonic plague is back. It don't never stop. Then y'all got y'all own little personal problems. Your grandmama sick, and you're watching her, she on bed rest, and so you get it. It's almost like emotional abuse. And all these things that's promoted to us don't never stop. It ain't like after you hear the next thing, then it's over with. It's going to keep coming and coming and coming. And so you have to get to a place in mind where you say, well, you know, whatever's happening is going to happen at the end of the day, but I don't have to stay on the ride, meaning I don't have to have my ear to the street, so to say. Most of y'all don't realize you drag yourself in these things emotionally because you give ear to it. But it's not your actual life. You say the stock market crash. I'm sitting here before the river. I'm relaxing. I don't feel nothing about a stock market. In that, you get my point? Everything's good. Everything's peaceful. I ain't thinking about a stock market crashing or people getting ugly because of it, because I didn't even know. In that, you get it? Now I know. I have emotional control. I don't pay none of this stupid stuff no mind. They've been doing things since forever. But let's say you younger, so now you like, damn, the stock market crash? Shit. I gotta go to work tomorrow. What if it get crazy? You get it? Your mind start running. Then on top of that, you like, damn, Trump about to get in office. Maybe you don't like Trump. Maybe you do. But you like, damn, it's gonna get ugly if he do get in office or don't. So now your mind racing on that. And then like I said, your grandma might be a little sick because she getting old. So that's already weighing on your mind. Your little girlfriend, she pregnant. Like that. And you just letting in all this negativity. The unnecessary stuff like the stock market crashed and Trump gonna get in office. These is all things that don't have anything to do with your personal real reality. Your grandmama and your baby come and do, but do you get it? The excess stuff is irrelevant. Now, if you consider how much excess stuff y'all take in throughout the day being online, besides the little personal issues y'all have, I don't see why half y'all haven't killed yourself yet. I'm sure you've done enough emotional damage too. Do you follow? Many of the things y'all speak about in the daytimes, y'all wouldn't even know in the past before like online and social media. This is why y'all have more stress and y'all more angry now. Y'all have access to hear things y'all wouldn't know. Y'all would know what happened in your neighborhood for the day. And if ain't nothing happened in your neighborhood for the day, then you get my point? Ice Cube. Today was a good day. But ain't no day a good day if you could hear what's happening everywhere in the goddamn world. Because everywhere in the world, something got to happen at least once a day. And everything ain't going to happen in your neighborhood every day, but somebody neighborhood going to get it. In that, every neighborhood get arrested, and ever so often something happen. But do you get it? If you could check every neighborhood, then you get my point. Every day you're going to hear, 3 or 4 negativities, because maybe 3 or 4 of the neighborhoods out of the many going to go through something. And then the next day, maybe there's 3 or 4. In that, you get it? You're complicating your life and your emotional state because you're hearing about things that ain't got nothing to do with you and you wouldn't necessarily even know. Half the things y'all hearing about, y'all don't even know the people. But y'all do get emotionally attached or involved. And you get my point? This spills over, in your crowd, in your circle. How many of y'all found yourselves arguing or debating with your buddy about this person over that person? And so this is the stuff I'm talking about. A lot of y'all done had fights with y'all friends because y'all done had a silly debate or a silly debate that led to an argument, and it had to do with things that ain't got nothing to do with y'all reality. It's other people's mess. And y'all arguing over Taxstone and Troy Ave, maybe y'all. You know, anything y'all can. Biggie Smalls versus Tupac. Who knows? And so you got to become aware of these things, meaning you have to become aware we feed ourselves negativity or positivity. It's all on how aware we are. Most people, until they come of age, they kind of feed themselves a lot of negativity. If you've been following me long enough, you know when I listen to music, it's usually some oldies or, you know, music without any words, just the beats. And it's usually like orchestra music or, you know, I forgot what they call that. Not orchestra, opera. And so you get my point? This is just because how I understand and how I apply the understanding. Meaning some of y'all don't look at the effects that the music you listen to take on you, or the effects that this thing you listen to, it could be a podcast. You're not looking at the effect it's taking on your mind and your emotional state. You're just becoming worked up. You get it? You're becoming in tune with whatever you're watching or hearing, but you're not being aware of how you're becoming worked up. A lot of y'all can't even have a conversation because you start to get worked up. You know, hyped up before you even get any words out. And so you get my point? You want to always make sure you're aware of yourself, meaning whatever you're getting into, whether conversation or act, you should be separate from self in that moment, meaning you can see above whatever's happening in the moment. Sometimes y'all are like that. Y'all can do it when y'all scared. So let's say you about to have a fight or somebody's trying to start one with you. You're scared and don't really want to fight, and that you can kind of separate yourself from the moment, and you might be saying in your mind, man, this is stupid. I sure hope somebody break this up. It's like you're outside of yourself in perspective. You can see the whole situation, and you get it? It's dumb to you. Where you like it now? When two people going head to head, it's because they both think they right. But when you scared, it ain't a matter of right and wrong. It's just a matter of the higher thought. You know my point? Think about it like that. You all angry going head to head with somebody. You like, nah, I got to be right. And that y'all could fight and fight day after day because you like, nah, I got to win. But when you ain't concerned with winning and you scared, so fear is good in perspective. It keeps one from, you know, killing theyself in perspective. But you don't want the fear to go too far. Fear keeps one, you know, able to observe, you know, the whole, not just their side. Scared person to be trying to figure out how they pissed you off. Think of a girl that get abused by her boyfriend. He blacked her out. She telling you, no, I dropped the chicken. It was my fault. What? Because you dropped the chicken don't mean you're supposed to get punched in your eye, but, you know, she's finding her fault. Like, fuck it. Ain't nothing his fault because I don't want him to black my eye, man. Like that. Fear help you to see from the other person's perspective and all kind of things y'all never think of. But if the fear is controlled and all the emotions is controlled, do you get my point? You can get the higher qualities from all these things. Meaning the good emotions, the negative emotions, they all have qualities that can, you know, serve you. But they all have to be balanced, meaning they're all the opposite of another emotion. In that, you have to have them all balanced so they can all, you know, like I said, fear, it helps y'all to see things from the other person's perspective. It keeps y'all from going, you know, overboard, so to say. It does many things. Same with hate. Hate is the beginnings of ambition. You get my point? Meaning ambition and hate go hand in hand, or you can say the source of ambition is mild hate, whether it be for self or somebody else. But you get it? Y'all get a little pep in y'all step when y'all feel belittled. A lot of y'all say, man, I don't be a millionaire just because you was dusty as hell as you was a kid and you got teased, and you like, I'm going to show them. And that's the real fires. That's the real motivation for y'all wanting to be great, because you felt like shit. So you get my point? Like that. If the hate is balanced where you don't let it get out of control, you're going to get some of your best motivations from hate. You see how y'all desperate to do things when it come to tearing down, but y'all be like dragging y'all feet when it come to building. And so you got to just take heed in what I said, like I said. You have the good and bad emotions. Hate, fear, love, joy. But if you can keep them all balanced, then you get my point. You can get the good that fear has to offer, the good that hate has to offer, the good that love has to offer, without going into the extremes of these things. The good emotions is the same. You don't want to go into the extremes of them, because then they can become the opposite. You loving somebody to an extreme, you are like a goddamn drill sergeant. You are like a burden to them. You get it? Your love become a whole controlling thing. Ain't even love no more. It's Mr. or Mrs. Warden. You get it? You start to love a thing so much, you start to lock it down like you do your treasures, where you say you ain't even going nowhere. Some of y'all in relationships like that right now, where honestly in your heart, and as sad as it is, you wish the person that you was with didn't go nowhere. So you get it? You might be insecure, maybe they cheated on you, something, but you at a place where you like, fuck them having a life. I would really wish they can't even go nowhere, just stay in the house. And so I mean, like that, the love can become so extreme that it become a control thing. It ain't even love no more, truly. And so you get my point? You want to keep all the emotions balanced, and that you can get, you know, the glories you supposed to get from them all. Peace and wisdom, Khan. He says, Solace, I got a tough one. My dad is a hoarder. Why do people do that? And is there anything I can tell him? Peace and wisdom, Khan. I appreciate you giving back, man. I'll be noticing that you do whenever you can. And so thank you. And you don't have to feel no kind of way asking for, you know, advice. That's what I go live for, whether you give back or not. Those of y'all that can give back, I hope y'all do. Those of y'all that can't, then you just can't. But you get my point? If you've been watching me long enough, I answer everybody's questions. I communicate with everybody. It wouldn't matter if you gave back, if you were a troll or whatever. So, get the most that you can get while I'm on. You get my point? Now, you said your dad is a hoarder. Why do people do that? And is there anything I can tell them? Hoarding is not good in regards to one evolving or moving forward in life. Hoarding is a sign of one becoming really, really stuck, you know? This stuck is more than physical. This is a mental stuck, an emotional stuck. I'm saying that because let's think like if you get comfortable somewhere. If you're not comfortable, you don't want a lot of stuff that you gotta drag around. So look at it like that. You don't have no stable place that you like to be. And that you keep all your belongings with you when you kind of move about. You find a place you like or an area you like, so you decide to stay there. So now you might start buying things that you can't carry around. A couch, a bed. You get it? Now, I'm not saying you're a hoarder because you bought a couch or bed or something like that, but I'm using that as an example so you can grasp when people start to hoarder things that they don't even need, old stuff, anything, it's because of that. They're stuck in their mind, emotional state, and physically, in that they have no thoughts or plans of going anywhere in regards to renewing themselves. This is not about your pops, going anywhere. But as people, we stop, evolving or renewing ourselves. As a kid, you wanted to be a basketball player. You turn about 21 or so, you say, I'm going to be something else. Forget that. And maybe what you was at 21, you started doing something else at 30. As you get age on you, you're going to start to look back and say, damn, I had many lives. Like, I did many different things. In this, you kind of see like, oh yeah, I'm evolving in perspective, meaning you're kind of reinventing yourself. When you're going in to get these jobs, you got to be like how they want you to be. So in perspective, you get it? Kind of reinventing yourself every time you do something new. Old people get to a point where they don't do anything new. In that, do you get it? It's easy for them to start hoarding. Meaning, people get to a place where their mind stops thinking of new things to do. Like, I want to be this or that. You see how Shaq was a basketball player? Then he said, man, I'm going to be a sheriff. And y'all was like, Shaq is crazy. What is his problem? No, Shaq is a genius. You get it? And keep his emotional state together. He reinvent himself into something else. He ain't a sheriff no more. He whatever he is. You get it? In that, you get my point? You're still going. I don't want you to get lost on wherever you live at. It's not about that, but I'm trying to make a point. The mind can become stuck. If I ask you about your pops, I bet you'll tell me like your pops probably been doing the same thing, and he kind of been the same person in perspective for quite a while now. You get my point? So maybe it ain't about you giving your pops advice. Maybe you can just like start talking to your pops, seeing things he used to get into and like to do when he was young, and then just start springing it on him. Like, yeah, let's go. Remember you were saying when you was young you used to do this or that, and kind of bring new life to him. Old people like trees. The bark got to be shaved down a little bit, and you get it. Water them out a little bit, get them back, alive. And that's what it's about. The old are the young giving the old new life again. This is, something to do. After they take care of you and all that, you become grown. Now you got your thing going. You get my point? Most elders don't have nothing to do. They put they all into their kids. You get my point? And that when their kids become grown, they forgot like a lot of things. It's hard, it's hard to explain, but you get my point. Give your dad ideas, Like I said, pick his brain. You don't want to say nothing to him or give him advice, because then you get my point. He may take it a certain kind of way. You gotta find your voice, find your way. But once you see hoarding, you're not far from death. Meaning once a person stops reinventing themselves, look at reinvention as life. Once they stop doing that, then you get my point. The death ain't too far. You can be dead while still living, When you stop wanting to get up, get dressed and things like that, That's a sign that you kind of, reaching your wits end. So if you young and you like that, that's not a good sign. You gotta get yourself up. You probably getting depressed and it's going too far. When you young, when I was young, we used to put our clothes out on the bed and we be ready to get up in the morning, and you get my point? That's how you know the little kids is more alive than the adults, cause they be looking at their outfit for the next day, hyping themselves up. And that they ready to wake up in the morning and they ready to get busy and do whatever it is they gonna be doing. But as you start getting old, all that laying clothes out on the bed for the next morning, you get wake up in the morning scratching your butt, talking about, damn, I wish I could just go to work in this. These dirty holy sweatpants. I wish I could go just like this. Maybe I can work from home and just change my shirt. Like that. And so as you get older, you want to keep, your mind on these things. Let's say you're living a really comfortable, calm, boring life. And you're starting to notice, like, man, I only get dressed when I'm going somewhere. Yeah, you better start going somewhere. You get my point? Because it's going to become a time where it ain't going to be nowhere for you to go. Then you get it? The one thing going to make it a way for the other. You're not getting dressed and being prepared for the day is going to start to make it where, you get it? Ain't no opportunity or nothing coming in the day. They both go hand in hand. Like you getting up and being prepared and ready for the day, and opportunity go hand in hand. This is why little kids get more opportunity or new opportunity than adults. You probably look back at your life when you was younger and you like, damn, things was coming so easy. I was turning down things because I was so young and stupid. You older now, you like, man, they ain't coming like it used to. But I try to be open whenever it do. Like that. When you was younger, you was more excited for the gettings up and being into the life. And as you getting older, you kind of like, I don't know. And so the opportunities is like, I don't know. You get it? Next thing you know, you ain't never really getting dressed, so ain't nothing never really happening because they both go hand in hand. And so if you older, you gotta get your mind to that. You've been with your girlfriend and your boyfriend for so long, y'all don't even get dressed for each other. But I guarantee you, if one of y'all get dressed, it's gonna spark the other one to get dressed. Then it's gonna spark y'all to say, yo, let's just go somewhere since we dress. Like that, it go hand in hand. So hopefully y'all grasping, This is what it's meant by, don't lose your youth. Most people get lost into the silliness that they was when they was a youth. They don't realize how perfect they were in their ways as a youth. Think when you was a youth, things are happening, you don't even hold on to it. You could let things go so easy when you was young. Y'all have whole fights with y'all friends and y'all be cool at the end, before the end of the day. Y'all have a fight with y'all friend now, that shit might be for good, or that shit might have y'all not friends for years to come after for a while. You see my point? You was more perfect in your ways as a kid, meaning you ain't harbor a lot of negativity. It kind of just came off you easy. But as you get old, for some people, it start to get hard. So when they say keep your youth, they're speaking of things like that, really, like how you were so easygoing and, opened when you was young. And as you get older, you start to close, like, y'all start to close up mentally. Y'all start to shut down or close up emotionally. And even physically, y'all start to, like, not show yourselves as much. That old 45-year-old lady got a fat ass under them sweatpants she wear every day, but she don't feel like coming outside. Don't feel like talking. Some nigga broke her heart or something happened, and you get my point? Like that. Y'all have to learn, like when y'all was young, y'all had boyfriends, broke up with them. Next thing you know, you had another one. But as you get older, you get my point? You have to keep the mind aware of these things so you can counter it when you notice it's starting to happen. Be more social like you was when you was a kid. Be a little naive. You get my point? We become so wise or experienced that, you get it? It shuts us off. And that you gotta play naive a little bit sometimes, and you get my point? Just so you can get what you might have missed. Like I said, some people become shut down before they actually get the things they've been waiting for. There's a lot of women who kind of shut down before they got the man of their dreams. Some of y'all might be women where you like, damn, that kind of sound like me. Maybe I got a little too bitter and angry before I actually got who I was waiting for, and why I'm all bitter about who I lost and who fault it was and who fault it wasn't. I was supposed to lose them because my man of my dreams, man of my dreams was coming right after that. And you get my point? You can run away opportunity, you can lose opportunity. Don't ever think you can't. Just like you can lose out on your fate. Everything is still dependent on the self, you know? Meaning you still got to get up and receive the thing. Bring all the money in the world to you, but you still got to take it. That's why they say you could bring the horse to the water, but that don't mean the horse gonna drink it. You can't force the water down the horse's mouth. He gonna drink if he want to drink. And so you get my point. And it's the same with men. A lot of y'all had bad relationships with women. You kind of bittered out with women, and that, you get my point. You're closing up more and more year by year. And it ain't about that. It's about embracing your youth. Like when you used to break up with chicks and then you get over it and find another one. And you get my point? Gotta stay open to life. Once you start closing up, the life start closing up for you, but it's truly just you. And so I'm not sure if this is clear. Y'all let me know. But meaning, let me know if y'all receiving this message. The accurate way. Peace and wisdom, Tori and Howard. And everybody else. And it's a lovely day today. I ain't gonna front. Now I'm gonna get back to the spiritual attacks. If y'all have any questions, ask. I figured that was more important for the moment. I know a lot of y'all are becoming old early. The young are moving so fast, or they're seeing too much that has nothing to do with them, is bringing them down emotionally faster. And it's sad because their brain is not developing all the way. This is all happening before their brain fully develops or evolves. So you get my point? And that a little kid is frustrated like an old person is. You know how people get old and grouchy and cranky, and you get it? Like my grandma's so cute, she done got so cranky and all. She done got so cranky and all, but she's a sweetheart, you know. She been there for the whole family forever, but she getting dry. But it don't bother you, because you like, that's how old people get like that, man, you know. The young, y'all are getting like that, where y'all are getting old and worn out. I'm not talking about physical appearance, that too, but I'm just speaking y'all mind and y'all emotional state is getting old. Like, y'all are getting old fast. Y'all be young girls running around here with the moping face like you an old lady. And so you get it, your whole life is before you. You young, you don't know who you gonna meet, but you ain't gonna meet nobody with your face all crumbled up. You got to know that. Or you ain't gonna meet nobody worth meeting. And your face all crumbled up, you're gonna attract crumble faced people. You're gonna attract people that, you know, look like somebody farted in their hand and rubbed it in their face. If I fart in my hand right now and rub it on your face, imagine how your face will look. Like that. That's what I mean. You got that face naturally, a fart face. Somebody farted in their hand. Say, here, smell that. Put it all in your nose. Like, oh. Farted in your face, blew the wind in it. Like, oh, gee, take that. Take that, fart face. And you get my point? If you're running around with the fart face, you're going to attract fart face energies. Meaning you're going to attract what make a person have the fart face look. That's negativity. People being negative with you, you get it, then you're gonna have the doodle face or the fart face. And so you follow? You wanna get to a place where you become aware of your own face, because your face is like a book. Y'all kind of look at the front cover of the book before y'all say like I'm gonna read it or not. You say, nah, I'm good on reading that. You say, man, I'm good on reading that. I don't like how that cover look. Look at your face like that. Your face is like a cover. If that joint look all, crumbled up, this is for ladies and men. If your face look all crumbled up, you got to have a brain to know it's like a book cover. It's gonna scare people away, but it might not scare like negative people away. Somebody might start trying to provoke you because your face is all crumbled up. And you get it? I ain't saying you meet negative people that you want to meet. I mean, you meet negative people that you gonna be, bumping heads with. And that's how that works. You got to become aware of your own energies, because your energies is gonna, it's gonna be the magnet of what you bring in. And so be aware of those things. Level 11 said, I was reading Luke chapter in the Bible, and it talks about how during Jesus' youth, he knew that Joseph wasn't his real father. Indeed, champ. I don't know what we even talking about, champ. The story ain't got to do with the person, it got to do with the spirit, It's personified, I guess, because y'all don't get it no other way, but the story ain't had nothing to do with somebody having sex and all that other stuff, if that makes sense to you. But it's just put into those terms. More than that, this is not the Christianity channel, meaning I teach Christians, those that want to hear that their religion is evil. In that, you get my point? It ain't to direct y'all there. You can if you want, but you get it. I don't want to hear it unless you about to give me some deep wisdom I don't know that fall in line with something opposite of what I told you. Other than that, you get my point? I know Christianity quite well in regards to the book and the religion. This is the people, and you get my point? I try to help people to grasp that thing, it got to do with goat worship, goat sacrifice, so to say. This is why the God is referred to as a lamb, and he gonna die, It's just the old religion, What do you call when you make the store better? Renovate? It's just the old religion that's been renovated. They renovated it out. They upgraded, the old goat, the Baphomet goat. They just upgraded him to a person. The old Baphomet goat, he got a person's body already. So they just upgraded it to where they took the goat head off, but they still call him a lamb. And he's still gonna be somebody's scapegoat, sacrifice. And so I explain Christians that sacrifice and scapegoat stuff is not good, it's not just. They get so lost in arguing online, they forget that I ain't tell them nothing evil. What I just said is, that's accurate, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, unless you want to be that yourself. Other than that, say, Solace, I don't like what you saying. I ain't said nothing wrong. Meaning, if you a Christian, I ain't say to kill your God or nothing. I said, why do you? Why do you eat your God? Why do y'all want y'all God to die so bad for y'all sins? I ain't said I was gonna do nothing to him. Y'all said that. I'm just asking you why. Because according to God, the way I know God, you ain't got to die for nobody. You got to stop acting a goddamn fool. Why do God need to die? Because you don't know how to stop sinning. What sense that make? Sounds like an excuse to sin or some retard shit. And so you get it? I'll just tell Christians that. Somehow they get mad and they be like wanting to argue with me, but I don't think they realize like he ain't said nothing negative about the God. If anything, he tried to preserve the God, and y'all arguing with the man about why the God need to die, whatever they call themselves doing. I don't even know at this point. You know? It's what evilness do to a person. They get drunk off hate. Meaning, the emotional states are substances, so you can become drunk off them. You can become drunk off your hate. You can become drunk off your envy. You can become drunk off love. You can become drunk off any emotional state. Meaning the emotional states are really liquids. And the more y'all get lost into the emotional state, the more the substance secretes. I have a post on the community section of my channel where I show you guys the chemical formula of hate. When I say chemical formula, water is a liquid. Its chemical formula is H2O. You get it? Like that. Hate has a chemical formula like water. It's longer though. It's not H2O. It's like H37, N23. You get it? It's long. But I put it up on my post so you guys could see that hate is a literal substance. And all the emotional states y'all have, you know, for the most part, they're substances like norepinephrine, laughing gas. All these things is substances, but they have to do with your emotional state. And so, like I said, I have a video and a post where I explain these things. And, you know, I showed you what each emotional state was in regards to the substance. And so, like that, when you fall into the emotional state, you're falling into the substance, or the substance is secreting out of the body. You get my point? Laughing gas is N2O. Nitrogen and oxygen basically merge together. But double the amounts of nitrogen to oxygen. It makes for laughing liquid. Of course, liquid can be vaporized into a gas, but you get my point? Laughing gas is laughing liquid first before they gas it or gas you with it. And so you get my point? N2O are, you know, nitrous oxide, basically laughter. It's a liquid. When y'all laughing, nitrous oxide is secreting out of y'all body. Or internally, it's secreting out, causing you to laugh. If you start laughing so much, you get my point? Make yourself sick off nitrous oxide. Y'all will feel it though. I laugh too much, you like my goddamn head hurt, man. My goddamn head hurt and my stomach hurt and I feel dry. Like that. You drugging yourself out slightly. And so every emotional state is like that. The more you deeper you go into it and you start, you know, going to the extremes of the thing, you're making yourself drunk off it. And so this goes deep. You want to make sure you level out, balance out. He said, yeah, it was saying how he was at ceremonies in his youth. And one time he stayed so long that Mary searched for him. Jesus responded, don't you know I'm with my Father? Salam, shalom. You, let me know how old you are, level 11. I'm just asking because your statements are like, you know, you enjoy the story, I guess. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, but in regards to like a point, you know, I don't get the point. Like, what do you want me to explain? In regards to my father, we all come from the Father, but you all lost into the physical. So like I said, we all start as a substance. I start as seminal fluid. You start as seminal fluid. Of course, this seminal fluid is ejaculated out by the father, meaning your daddy ejaculated you out as white yolky substance. My father did the same. You have a sister, maybe our daughter. It was the same way with them too. All the physical life you see, they started off as the white yolk that come from their father. But it's not coming from their father truly, it's coming from orgasm. And orgasm is a realm. When you're dealing with the Far East, they call orgasm nirvana. This is their word for heaven. They say it's the place of the land of bliss. Like how you feel when you orgasm, but it's real fast. But you get it? They call orgasm heaven. And basically you can look at it like when a man orgasm, he goes to heaven, but he's kicked out. But he take a little fire from heaven. This is like your Prometheus story. And so if you look at it from that perspective, we all come from orgasm. That's the real father or heaven. Our fathers is just a portal of this happenings. If you're lost, you go into a certain mind state and then you go into unconsciousness. That's a place in the realm, that dark unconsciousness. That's a place in the realm. You as a thinking mind, you go there. Sometimes you're thrown into dream. That's a whole nother realm. From awake and unconscious. And you as a thinking mind, you're there. Sometimes you pop up into awake. Of course, this happens every day for you, but you get my point. You don't know which one you're going to pop up into. You know you're going to pop up in awake and you're going to pop up in the unconscious, but then you know dream. Dream is like orgasm. When you awake, you might bust a nut. When you sleep, you might, bust an organ, bust in a dream, like that. And so the point I'm making is you kind of ping pong into these realities as a soul or a mind. Orgasm being a place you kind of block from. Y'all orgasm, y'all feel heaven, but you get it? Kind of thrown out. In that, you release, substance of heaven. But I guess to get people to grasp that orgasm is a place. This is where all souls come from. Meaning if you can grasp that everyone comes from orgasm, meaning if you can grasp we all started out as white seminal fluid, semen, cum. Everybody, male and female, we all started out as cum. And if you understand that come from orgasm, then grasp everybody come from heaven. If orgasm is heaven or nirvana, this is the beginning of all souls. They fall from whatever that place orgasm is through the man's prostate, and you get it. The orgasm comes out the prostate. The sperm cells below, these are the little demons, the fallen ones. They raised up from the testes or the balls, and they meet that substance, right by the pubic pelvis area, and kind of ejaculate it out. All those fallen little sperm cells, they become, the little entities inside the substance. The substance is the person. You follow? And so it's like that. The spirit falls from heaven or orgasm, and it raises up the dead. That's below. So when you hear the story about Jesus, it's really the story of the YHWH. Just like I said, Jesus is a falsehood, meaning that's the false name. They have him as a man or flesh and blood. And when you know the real story, it has to do with YHWH. He's the spirit of life. It's like to say he is the source where that substance comes from. He is the land of milk and honey. Milk and honey is a reference to that substance. And if you grasp that substance, it's all of our beginnings, whether you're a man or a woman. Started out as that white yolk, or that white milky honey, meaning it looks like milk, but it's thick like honey. Cum, that is. That's all our beginnings. So orgasm is the father, or he's basically saying the source, meaning YHWH, the you. The source of where all those orgasms is coming from. Like that. And so you can say you were the YH, I don't want to say you are the YHWH, but you're the source of it. So the same thing happens to you in perspective, meaning you fall from having an orgasm in your father's body, of course, in your beginnings when he ejaculated you out. He orgasmed, you bust through his prostate, and you raised up all those sperm cells below in his testes. They was there before he orgasmed. And you get it? You as the substance that busted out of the prostate, you raised up all the sperms in his lower parts, and then y'all went into a new heaven and earth. Meaning y'all went into a new body, the woman's. And there was, the holy city of Jerusalem. This is the egg cell. It descended from, from the ovaries. And you get it? It's the abode or the Ben mound for the Holy Ghost. It's all simple, but it's all, how deep the mind is or mature the mind is. But if you're a Christian and you may have heard, something strange about me in regards to your religion, I just explained to Christians that God don't got to die. That's stupid. You have to stop sinning, and if you don't sin, well, you have to stop letting people confuse you and convince you that you do. But more than that, no gods die because people sin. That's not how life works. That's dishonorable. God ain't got nothing to do with dishonorable. And was sold to dishonor. Meaning the religion got to do with blaspheming God. They portray God all beat up with spit on his face. They get mad when I say that. I think they think that I'm teasing the God. I'm explaining to them that whoever made this religion is teasing the God. That's why he's beat up and got spit on his face. It don't have nothing to do with me. I don't see why you don't see that. Shit, would you say God had spit on his face and got beat up if you was making a story up about God? That part. Who the hell gonna make a story up about God that he got beat up and spit on? Blood, if you tell a story about anybody and you be like, man, they got their ass whooped and spit on and shit like that, and they got stabbed in the ribs, I don't think you they buddy. You trying to play them, but in an indirect way. And so like I said, the religion is ancient blasphemy. A disrespect to God, but you get it? For some reason y'all don't notice it. Talking about y'all gonna wash up in his blood and all that. Hey, don't say those things about me. That shit's weird. I would definitely not be looking at you like we buddies if you y'all say crazy things about God. Y'all say the wrong name, Jesus. Y'all say all kind of crazy things. He a lamb. That's a beast of the field. Y'all don't really consider like the disrespect in that. Y'all kind of just follow the world and say, no, that's how it is, though. It ain't how it is. It's how you blaspheme somebody, disrespect them for no reason. And so like I always say, you can't kill God. God is life. I'm talking about the physical place you living in. I'm talking about the actual breath, the source of life. A thing y'all can't do nothing to. And so the person that say they kill God is the dumbest thing I ever heard. It's like a nigga telling you he could kill life. You can't do nothing but live in it the best you can. You can't even get your life together. What you mean you killing life? And so you get it? Man don't understand the error in his ways, the error in his mind. And think disrespecting God is the way, because so that's how the world say it should be. To the point where you don't even realize it's disrespect. So if you a Christian and you like to get angry, make sure you angry for the right reasons. And make sure you clear you angry because I guess you want your God to get beat up and spit on and killed, because that's how y'all got it. I just say like, why? That's dumb. I know the real truth, so I'm just posing a rhetorical question. Why would you think that's so honorable? You wouldn't unless your ass is going down and you say, I need a scapegoat to go down for me. And so whoever they pick, I wouldn't care. It could be God. He'll do whoever. If they say it's a go, it's a go. And so This is how your ass end up here. I mean, the same thing, like how I just said, that's how you actually end up here. Your daddy having sex is just a manipulation by things of below, lower forces and energies. Manipulating and influencing his mind space in the moment. This is why no man has ever had made a schedule to get horny. A woman either. Y'all never said like, man, Tuesday morning, 7:45. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm horny. Don't work like that. It just overcome you. And it do that because of the forces below that want to get out of below. If you got a mind to grasp what I'm saying. And so they're reaching for the orgasm to happen. They're influencing the mind space of the person that's going to be busting these nuts. And you get my point? It's just a matter of the person obliging to the mind. So y'all get horny and y'all oblige, but y'all don't look at it in that way. Like this horniness is just forces of below, leaning up against me, trying to make me, sacrifice something. Sacrifice something, you feel me? Kind of childish for 27, young scholar, in the way your mind think. But don't take offense. Just real talk. I had to get up right quick. My butt was hurting. The booty feeling like I left a Diddy party out here. I said, "Ooh, Diddy, you play too much." Yeah, let me stop. Let me stop playing with y'all. Y'all spicy for real. Nigga sitting on a rock, ass hurting like a Diddy party out there. Tell you that. Let me stop saying that. I like Buff. Y'all be abusing people for free. Peace and wisdom, level L. Hopefully you grasp. Anybody else got some questions you can ask. In regards to spiritual attacks, this is attacks on the emotional state. You just want to make sure the mind is always, open. You got to always be aware of your moments of growth. You get my point? When you lost in your emotional state, you don't pay attention to how you conduct yourself or the next person. But you get it? When you start to get raps over yourself in your emotional state, start expressing yourself clearly and not, in an argumentative tone, but just making your point and being done with it. You may notice, like, people trying to provoke you, maybe with dirty looks, maybe with negative speech, anything. I can't think of something, but you get it? You may notice like an attack against your energy. This just has to do with growth. The more you pay attention to it, it's like, you get it? Feeding back into your lows. You get my point? Not accepting that you've grown, and goofy stuff like that no longer matters. You understand what I'm saying? To where you're going to get emotionally attached, and you get it? Overly doing things. And so you want to get to a place where you can always be an observer in your own situations. You get my point? This is when you know you're reaching next levels of growth. When you can be in an argument and kind of be like the observer as well, instead of just being lost into it. People start arguing, they get so lost in it, making a point, they ain't even in tune with the realities of things no more. And so everything starts with awareness. Meaning you have to be self-aware. You have to know why you disturbed and all these kind of things. It's like I said, y'all kind of abuse yourselves by taking in a lot of negativity that ain't necessarily y'all's. When I say take it in, you start getting emotionally attached. The young lady, Sonia Massey, was killed. Y'all start getting emotionally attached, but y'all don't even know her, and y'all ain't nowhere. Y'all don't live nowhere in that area. I'm not saying you can't have empathy for people, but I'm saying you live in the times where they trying to push everything that happens in life on you, and you got to filter that. So I don't want to know who died in Ohio because I don't live in Ohio. There ain't no need for me to bring my spirits down. You get it? You just one person. Everybody, it don't matter if we banded together as one unit, we still one individual person when we hearing these things. And you gonna bring it into yourself however you choose. You're gonna either get emotionally attached or, provoked in some way, or you not. And so y'all have to start limiting what y'all allow yourselves to take in. Like I said, they gonna tell y'all everybody got killed today in every goddamn state. But you gotta have a mind that say, listen, I'ma just be concerned with the state I'm in right now. I live in Atlanta, man. Who got killed in Atlanta? I don't need to know who got killed in Clayton County and over here and over there. Shit, I live right in this little area. Who got killed over here? Nobody? Okay, today was a good day. And from there, you seek out positive things. The same way y'all look for the new gossip and all that negative stuff, you can seek out other things, man. And so always just keep those things in mind. If you young, the more you groom yourself or feed yourself negativity, the more you going to be stuck in it when you get older. It's going to be harder. When I was young, I used to listen to, rap, and I listened to a little Al Green. Because that's how I seen the gangsters doing it in Menace to Society. So I knew right there, oh, you gotta listen to the oldies too. See, rap wasn't all bad. All the negative wasn't bad. It showed you some little good things if you paid attention to it. And so I was young, I'd be listening to, the oldies. It was more, my mama's in the music. It was more happy-go-lucky, It either had to do with love or partying or, something, but it was more positive. And y'all gotta find a balance. Otherwise, you just take your negativities all day and then you become an emotional wreck. By all the stuff you hear that ain't actually got nothing to do with you. So most of y'all far gone, believe it or not, meaning you far gone more than you can fathom. All you do is listen to the new gossip and the new negativities. A lot of y'all that have podcasts and you focus on the negativities, you see how that shit be weighing you down? You be getting, the opposite resistance of it. So, gotta just get to a place where, the same way y'all focus on y'all physical diet, y'all don't focus on y'all emotional diet. And I tell you that. Some of y'all need to be a vegan emotionally. Vegan is positivity, and let's say meat is negativity. And be an emotional vegan. Other than that, you feel me? I try not to even be in environments where I know people gonna be negative and ghetto and foolish in their ways. You get my point? You get to that kind of place where you like, I ain't even got a desire to go around the dumb. If they find me or seek me out, fine. But in regards to going around them, you get my point? You become too wise where you can already foretell what's gonna happen. Some of y'all like that. You grew up, you moved out your hood, maybe a negative neighborhood you lived in, and now you away, and you kind of like, I'm gonna go over there, but you already could play the whole evening out in your head, because you done did it so many times. You like, this motherfucker gonna get drunk and have a fight. You get it? I'm gonna be breaking that shit up, getting caught up, and you get it? You like, I ain't even gonna forget it. Some of y'all there right now. I'm using that as an example. Start to get so mature in your mind and your ways that it's like the simple-minded things, you already know what they gonna be. Where it's almost like, what's the point? What's the point of doing something where you already know what's gonna happen? Like, and so you get my point? We're not speaking fears. If you got fears, you get my point? Emotional state is still a little unbalanced, but we just speaking on, in the growth, in regards to growth. You kind of lose the desire once you know a thing all the way, you know? And so a lot of y'all are stuck in, the ghetto-ness or the negativity. You got to start evolving. Meaning you have to always look at it like you have to always reinvent yourself. You the gangster nigga on the street, got your pants hanging down. And reinvent yourself at some point. Maybe get yourself some collar shirts and, step it up a little bit. And you keep evolving slowly but surely. You ain't got to rush. You can make it like a every decade thing. Every decade, I'm going to make sure I grow. I don't want to be looking how and carrying myself how I was when I was 20, when I'm 30. And when I'm 40, I don't want to be carrying myself and looking like I did when I was 40. I kind of look at my pictures from when I was 40 and when I was 30, and I see the difference. You get my point? I got on slacks and a dress shirt right now, but back when I was young, I had to be going to court or looking for a job that had that kind of attire on. You get my point? Other than that, I have on some Ed Hardy or something. Robin jeans or some weird shit. That's what we used to wear back in the day, like Robin jeans and Trues and all that dumb stuff. I had that on standing in front of the barber shop on Hunt 35th and 8th. You get it? And that's me at like 27, 28. I don't want to be, looking like that now. I'm 40. Well, I'm older than 40, but you get it. You get it? I'm at that age where I be meeting y'all and everybody younger than me, boy. You feel me? They get to that age, I go in the store, whoever work in the store, they younger than me, they might be 37. I'm like, damn, I'm still older than you? I guess niggas kill theyself. Kill theyself when they get about my age, because I swear everybody I be meeting be younger than me. I be like, God damn, where is the old people at? Said I pray even reach that age. Salam, champ. I hope you reach that age too. 42 years old. I ain't think I was gonna make it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought about it that much though. But reflecting back, it's definitely a blessing I made it, cause I done had people come up to me and be like, I thought you died, bro. Said you got hit up. They heard I got shot, but they forgot to get the aftermath of it, so you get it? You know how the streets is. People slow. You get shot, by the time that story go around, you got shot all up in your chest and your head and you dead. That ain't what happened, but the gossip game thing. Once that word get around, that shit get changed in so many forms. And I done seen people I ain't seen in 3 or 4 years, and they like, bro, man, I swear I swear I heard you died. I don't, what the fuck? They be confused. Like, nah, this shit was real, but you get it. When I got shot, it was in the paper, so I guess that's how certain people get confused. They like, nah, remember you got hit up. But I'm like, you ain't get the rest of the story. Like, you just stop there. And so when it get like that, you gotta be thankful. I had the older person in my neighborhood say, yeah, I definitely ain't think you was gonna make it. It's funny to me because, I changed my life, so I just respect it. But for somebody else to take a notice and say, damn, I definitely ain't expect your ass to make. Because, when I was young, I was always in the middle of a mix of something. So, you get it? Front line. So I was always in something. Yeah, I am in my 40s. I become intrigued by, cloudy skies and rain. I don't know why. I guess from just, looking. I don't know, as you grow in mind, tastes change a little bit. So just look at it like that. As you evolve, your taste gonna change. Evolving have to do with influence, meaning whether you evolve or devolve, it all got to do with who you around a lot. So ever so often you want to look at the company you keep. I ain't saying you got to change the company you keep, but maybe you need to add on like another half and keep these two separate so the one don't influence the other, meaning so whatever's devolving you ain't rubbing off on whoever you meet new that's going to evolve you. And it's all about that, meeting new people. When you get to a place where you can't meet no new people, then I guess it's time you got to, you need to come out your shell and get to know somebody. But life is simple for the most part, if you pay attention. Keep everything balanced. Don't lose yourself in the moments or in the emotions. A lot of people lose themselves in their emotions. They lose their emotional state and then they kind of lose themselves. You got people that was happy-go-lucky. They angry all the time now. Meaning they done lost themselves in their own emotions. You follow? Some of y'all know people like that where you like, damn, as a kid, they were so happy. Now they always grouching around. And got lost into their angers and stuff like that, their insecurities. You get my point? You don't want to get lost in your emotions. That's the last thing you want to do. Especially love, meaning love and hate is the pinnacles of all the emotions. So you don't want to get, like I always said, love is the source of all the emotions, but love and hate is extreme opposites. You don't want to get lost in either of those because that's where it become a matter of your life, like life and death. You get lost in your hate too much and you get lost in the love too much, they both lead to death. There's people that kill people because they love them so much they done got all crazy, like, and controlling to where they done killed the person. And you got people that start hating people so much. You go hand in hand, like the beginnings of hate is the endings of love, The endings of love is the beginnings of hate. It's like a circle. And so you got to keep everything balanced. Otherwise, you start going too deep in. Can I get some thumbs up if you guys don't mind? If you're not subscribed, maybe subscribe. Of course, if any of you guys want to give back for these jewels, you can click the description. My links are there. To those of y'all that do give back, I appreciate that. Don't ever overlook that. He said, oh, you just said you weren't in your 40s. I don't know what you was listening to, champ. Timeless. But that's my age, 42. But I'm timeless, so. You like one of them young dudes that I pull up and I be like, how your mama doing? How Miss Sheila doing? You be mad? I'm one of them old school petty niggas, One of them old school niggas pull up with his trousers on, bothering you, talking about, hey, how your mama doing? How Miss Sheila doing? That was my friend back in the day. Little nigga mad? Don't ask about my mother, huh? You don't even know her. I do know. I take my hand out my pocket. I put my finger in his nose. I say, that's a booty. Smell like doodle, right? Nah, I'm just... You ain't smell your mother butt? Put my fingers in his nose. They try to grab me up by my collar. Whoa, young man, get off my collar. Y'all hold him back now, you hear? Oh my God. Have a good time, you feel me? The young niggas don't bother me because they know. Go see your mama. You gonna come out, you gonna come in from playing outside. I'm gonna be right in there, you know. At the dinner table, she gonna be feeding me dinner. I'm gonna be like, go ahead to your room, youngin'. Me and your mama, you know, we gonna have a little fun tonight. And you just huffing and puffing, walking to your room. Did I detect the attitude? Hey, young man, did I detect the attitude? Because you know we can kick you out of here. We start our own family. We don't need you no more. I'm sorry. I'm just having a little fun. I like bothering the young. They ego be so big. They be forgetting that they in a position where people can have sex with their mother. No disrespect to the woman. You know, women have lives. 20 years old, your mama had you when she was 17. She about that at 7. She still in a little life, you feel me? She still got a little cake back there, and you feel it? You 20 years old, you forgot about all of that. You that new shit to you, and you like, you feel me? I'm the realest nigga out here, blood. You can't be, because niggas could cold blood have sex with your mother that's older than you. And if you ever disrespect them, you feel me? They like, I'll deal with you later when you get. Can you imagine running your mouth into the nigga like, you know what? I'll just deal with you later when you come home. Because, you know, knock on your mama room. Not be in there. Knock on the room door when you get in. We going to talk about this at home. You got to know how to piss these youngsters off when they get too big for their britches. Y'all be arguing back with them, ready to fight kids. You don't got to do that. Just be like, listen here, man. How your mama doing? Tell him Mr. Solid said, hey now. Hey now, it's been a little while, yeah. Peace and wisdom, Big Yappy. Yeah, the PayPal link is working. I had to update the link. The link was I don't fully know, but I just know that much. I had to update the link. Anybody that gave back and I can't see it, thank you. Appreciate it as always. You guys keep me afloat. That's the most important thing. You know, I get a lot of attacks on the low, but none physical. But I get a lot of attacks for giving y'all these jewels. And then just in growing, you know, mentally and emotionally, you know. So the physical and, the emotional, spiritual, and mental attacks come with it. But, you know, I've been on a path so long, it ain't really nothing to me. It's like seasons. Winter's winter. Summer's summer. And you get it? Just be conscious of, you know, what you feed your mind, what you take in a lot, and you get it? Balance that thing out. Make sure you're feeding yourself some positivity. You don't want to get to the point where you feed yourself so much negativity that other people's positivity start to make you get all bitter and envious. That means you done been eating on way too much negativity. When you see somebody doing well, you should feel good and you should feel like, damn, I'm next. You feel me? Somebody you know make it big or they start doing better, you should feel like, damn, this is getting close, I'm next. You shouldn't have the mind where you like, that means you've been feeding yourself negativity so long you can't even eat positivity or take it in. You gotta kind of like fast from the negativity before you get there. And a lot of y'all are there. You start seeing people doing good, you start getting a little bitter. Maybe you don't acknowledge it to yourself, but overall, you know, like, yeah, I get a little bitter because I feel like, shit, I'm ready to have some things too, man. Why I can't be lit online or why I can't this or that. I don't know where y'all minds be at, but you get it? And you watching me and you view me as lit. Because 15,000 subscribers is kind of a lot. I never thought about it till the other day. Somebody said that to me. I never think about subscriptions and none of that, you know? And when you get on here, you know, you got people that got billions of subscribers. And that, you get my point? I never really thought about how many 15,000 is. That's a lot. You follow? Like, think about that. 15,000 ain't a little bit. Say here like, man, I ain't got that many subscribers. It ain't that deep. But it is, nigga. 15,000 is a lot. And I got videos that got hundreds of thousands of views on it. Shit, I got videos that got 100,000 views and was shared 100,000 damn times. You get it? And so I never really think about those things. But if you start to see positivity and it disturb you, that means you all the way on the negative side, meaning you feeding yourself so much negativity, you want to see it manifest out in others. And of course you gonna be there too. And so you don't never want to get there. Where, you know, once you start to notice like positive things happen for people bothering you, that means you gotta do, you know, gotta do some sort of spiritual exercises to like get yourself back on track. Because you're being happy for others and you're receiving go hand in hand, you know? If you say like, I don't like the person though that I see good things happening for, well then like, why you watching what you don't like? Just go back to what I was saying when I say like you receiving in too much negativity. Don't even go together. Meaning you shouldn't even be entertaining nobody you don't like in that. Whatever they got good coming to them or bad, you wouldn't know. And so this is what I mean when the mind gets so tangled up like that, meaning you can get lost in the negativity so deep that you get it, the mind start getting all tangled up. You start feeding yourself things you don't like. Meaning beyond listening to negative things and getting joy out of it, you start finding yourself in around people in environments where you know it's gonna be chaos or headbutting going on. And when it get there where you start seeking out problems, some of y'all like that. I'm going to the club tonight because them niggas that I got beef with gonna be there. When you get there, where you trying to be where you know it's gonna be a problem, that mean you done lost yourself. You get my point? You gotta have some respect for your own life and love for your own life, and your life is your future. The present is now, and that's yours to claim. The past is gone, but you get it? Your life is the future. If you trying to work against that, that means you too far gone. And so a lot of y'all young, y'all getting on them times too young. You gotta start to look at yourself. Be like 57 years old groupies. Niggas be coming over here to take pictures of me and shit. Be 75 years old. What the fuck? I ain't a good star, you know. That's what he right. I ain't a good star. Niggas be annoying. Grow up. Man, oh. Let's put my shit on this old ass lady and OD on the back. Get your old fat ass out of here. That's OD, right? She listening to me and shit. Just call me old and fat. Stop putting your fat ass camera on me with your goofy ass. I swear this online make people more childish than you know. Get your big fat belly on. Fart face. Start snapping on old ladies. Get your fat ass belly, your fart face ass on. Boy, you potato belly ass. Boy, you potatoes all in your belly. Fat ass on. Yeah, on her so y'all can see. Out here looking like a damn slave spying on me. Nah, she ain't bothering me. If I ain't on the stage doing the show, I don't want to be disturbed. You get my point? I'm an outdoorsy type of person, but that don't mean you get it. A lot of people be like that. You outside? Yeah, I'm outside, but you get my point? It ain't an event, so why the hell is you feel me? All in my mix. But you know, people in the daytime, y'all idolize so fast. And I ain't really big on that. He said she's interested. Oh, Kenya, a girl. He said she's interested. That's how she carry it. Meaning, if you a woman and that's how you carry it when you interested in somebody, you gonna be single. I'm grown. I don't like no childish behavior. Meaning, if you a woman and you look like you doing Instagram selfies like the girls, I'm not going to be interested. You don't even have to ever wonder, like, and any man in his late 30s, 35 and up and mature, wear dress clothes and shit like a grown up, he gonna have that same mind. If you reflect a little girl on IG, I'm good. I wouldn't care if you 50. We ain't got nothing in common. If I have a woman, she need be my distraction from those things. You get it? And conversations I can have so I don't have to be online. And that's how everybody that's grown should look at it. You get you a spouse, it should be so you don't have to entertain online no more. You have something tangible and real. And so like I said, chicks is like 5 years old in the daytimes, but they 57 up. Talking about they a vegan. Well, you a late vegan with your big ass belly. I'm just playing. Y'all be mad at Big Lucille? Fuck you, Silas. I've been doing my pull-ups and my sit-ups. It ain't working. Alright, just chill. I was just playing. Stop bothering me. I won't bother you back. Oh my God. I be teasing y'all. I'm just playing. But I'm serious too. Women gotta grow up, you know. Like I said, a lot of y'all, you competing with little girls and shit, but you ain't no little girl, and there's grown ass men out here that don't like little girls. So you get my point? You're running around playing young girl, but your ass look old as hell. When you old and you try to look young, it make you look older. And a lot of y'all need to learn that. And this ain't no disrespect. I'm not talking to women. I'm talking to men and women. When you older and you try to still look young by dressing young or wearing a young hairstyle, the bone structure of the face and many things have changed. It don't look the same. It's like you ever seen somebody dye their hair that's old and you like, man, the dye actually making them look older. You ever seen a man maybe dye his hair or dye his beard and you like, that shit just don't look right. You just look like a young nigga with gray hair, but when you dye it, it make you actually look like an old nigga trying to look young. Instead of you just a young nigga that just aging fast. You get it? And so it's the same with women. I be seeing y'all, you know, some of y'all be like 37, you still trying to wear Jordans and stuff. Love, get you a pair of Asics, some Air Max. That's more grown up if you need to like some kick around shoes. Me, I prefer a woman, you know, have on some regular old shit. A Pro Kids or something. I don't know. I don't know. When you get to that age where you just know how to look appropriate and whatever you got on, it don't matter. Like, but it's appropriate. But when you try to look young, it just don't look right. A lot of y'all that's older women, y'all need to kind of grasp that. Get you an older woman hairstyle. It ain't got to be the old grandma hairstyle, but evolve. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Y'all be still trying to hold on to the young girl hairstyles and all that. Let that go. Evolve into your older, mature self. Some of y'all got some grays busting out, but if you do your hair, it look good with the grays, little streaks you got. It show a lot of growth. Your face still kind of look the same for the most part. Meaning a lot of women, that's how they look. They look the same they look when they was younger. Their hair might be a little gray now. And you get it? You got to learn how to twerk all of that. You get my point? But when you're trying to look young, sometimes it just make you look old, or it make you look like you impoverished a little bit. You get my point? I don't know how to say it right. I don't want y'all to get offended. You ever see somebody like maybe 40, 45, but they still carrying it like a young person? And that you kind of get the thought like poor. or something close to that. Like that. When you get older, you kind of just want to evolve, and you get it. You older, you got hair, like braids, cornrows, or something. You either gonna have to lock that thing up, man, or take them braids out and figure out how you gonna style it, loose. But you gotta know when you at that age to evolve the self and, upgrade the look to the age. We kind of forget that we are growing in age, but we may not apply it in regards to how we look. Now, if you old and you still dress young and you try to look young and all of that, I ain't saying you can't do what you want. This is just my own little personal opinion in regards to that, and I'm sure you got yours. And so just take heed to what I'm saying, because it got more to do with your staying in tune with life. You're going to always get the most out of your life when you in tune with life. Your ass old as shit thinking you young. You ain't in tune that much. And so you get it? You're limiting your life. Like I said, a lot of y'all are older, but you trying to carry it like you still young. And that you missing out on old ass niggas that's, perfect for you. They just carry it a little more grown than you portraying it. You're blurring the lines. Most of the young niggas that, whoever you trying to impress by trying to look young, they gonna get on your nerves. You get it? It ain't really worth it. Meaning if you an older woman and you trying to attract younger men, they gonna get on your nerves because you're gonna be like, this little nigga, he ain't the man I need. He's a stupid little boy. You get it? You gonna get frustrated with him in that. You got, like I said, you start limiting your life when you don't stay in tune with where you are and who you are as a person. Whether you evolving or devolving, when you lose sight of where you at truly in life, this make all the error for, everything to not come intuition. I hit a certain age, I start wearing slacks, and I ain't really big on hard bottoms, so I might wear like designer sneakers that look like shoes though. And you get my point? Change the look slowly. By the time I started teaching, I wasn't never wear no t-shirt. I had already evolved past that. I was already wearing collar shirts and Bill Cosby sweaters and shit like that. By the time I started teaching, online and all that and getting a little famous. There's some people in their 40s who date people in their 20s. I'll date someone in my 20s. I mean, that's what I get the bulk. That's what I'm going to get the bulk of. Meaning the young chicks, they like me for some reason. They be like 23 through 28, maybe 30. They be all on my body. They don't get that I'm old. But show them my gray hair, they don't care. They be like, I know mad young niggas with gray hair. I be looking at them like, no the fuck you don't. What are you talking about? What is your young ass talking about? Where's all these young gray-haired niggas? Because I don't see them. But young chicks, they want what they want. They don't want to hear all that shit. You old ass nigga, you look like a kid to me, and I want some of that. They be all on me. Them young girls is aggressive. I be thinking like they might rape me. I ain't gonna lie. Young girls are aggressive. They will grab you up, like your private parts. And they make it clear what they want. They eat ass, so this shit go deep. Meaning if you a parent and you got like a teenager or a young adult, I don't know if you noticed, but they eat booty. Doodoo. It's not forced. This is their thing. They got this from this dude named Kevin Gates, and you get it? He say eating ass is the shit, and so they say, they call it groceries. They main source of food. Doodoo. Now, I ain't saying back in your day you ain't do a little ass eating yourself, but you would have never told nobody that. You feel me? You would have kept that under wraps as long as you can. You would have been lying even when they caught you. I didn't eat nobody booty. They lying. Ain't these the pictures of you eating ass, Miss Johnson? You looking dead at yourself eating ass, talking about, no, that ain't me. Nigga, that is you. But this is how it was in my day. Niggas don't eat ass, but they ain't about to never tell you. Once I heard y'all admitting on y'all own, nobody even asked y'all. I said, yeah, this generation ain't got no pride. They ain't got no brains. They think eating ass. They think eating ass is conversation that you supposed to actually tell people. You know I eat ass, right? Can I bury my nose in your booty? They be getting so, erratic with it. Relax, young chick. I'ma let you eat my butt. Just let me get situated. This is me. Young girl, settle down a little bit and relax. I'ma let you eat my doodoo. Just chill. Calm yourself straight. Eat my butt through my pants. Chick, I got to leave out of here now. You gonna bite straight through my pants? Oh, Solace, let me eat your groceries. Please. Like little demons. To feed them doo-doo. Girl, beautiful. She eat doo-doo though. You like... What happened to sucking dingalings? Y'all just going straight to the doo-doo? You don't want to dingaling it and pretend like you made a mistake and just gonna go straight in there, huh? I done found myself telling chicks in the daytime, you just gonna take it? This is something that a chick would say back in the day when a nigga gonna rape her. Like, you just gonna take it? I found myself saying that to a few chicks. They had me hemmed up by the collar getting rough with me. I'm like, damn, you just gonna take it? They took it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You can't really be like I got raped. And nobody wanna hear that. That's the joke. So I just keep it to myself. But truth be told, I done been raped about 8 times. Had me hemmed up. I couldn't get loose. I said, God damn, girl. Because I be having sex with chicks that's tall. I ain't gonna lie. I might be I get a lot of short ones, but I ain't gonna lie, I be getting a lot of tall ones, like 5'9", 5'10". Cause they heard them packing and all that, so they be pulling up. So usually I don't mess with short niggas. I be like, shut the fuck up and get what you came here for. Before I cut your trees down. Before I drop you to your knees, girl. Stop playing with me. They be a little strong, Sometimes they be stronger than me. They get to grabbing me up by my collar. I be fake laughing like I ain't hurt. I be a little hurt. Ah, girl, you crazy. My neck hurt. Damn. Grab me up by my neck, girl. My neck a little sore. Hold on. You grabbing my drawers off all rough now. I ain't but that big. Chill out. Chill out, girl. When the last time you had sex? You acting crazy. I know some of y'all crying right now. Those of y'all that don't get no ass, you mad right now? Solids get the tall ones too? Yeah. Fat, skinny, tall, all that. I am a magnet. You feel me? Why you think they call me Lover Boy? Because women want to conquer me. Be like, you got mad ego, you think you all that. I'll show you something. That's what I do it for. You gotta talk like you mad, big, and bad so people want to challenge you. And then just let all the women do it. Like, you gotta learn how to challenge women. Like, I bet you I can make you tap out before I do. No, you can't. I can go all night. Oh, yeah? I know the rest. Oh, big old Sam, put my leg up. Shut up. Shut up. I'm about to break your back. You ain't gonna have no legs when I'm done with you. Shut up. I do them rough and nasty. I'll fix them up like how they need to be fixed up. If you young, after you have sex with a woman, she should be laying on the bed trembling a little bit. One tear falling out her eye, looking at you like you just stole something from her. If you ain't never seen that look before, that's mean because you don't know what you be doing that good. Because after I have sex with them, they be standing there looking up at me with one tear falling out they eye, looking confused like I just stole something from them. Talking about you hungry? The fuck yeah, I'm hungry. What, you ask me no dumb question? Go make me something. After you do them right, they turn into your slave instantly. They just be looking at you like it looks suspicious, but they want what they want. It looks suspicious, but really it's just this look where they want something, but they don't want to ask right after they just got it. So they like, you give it to them so good, they like, ooh, I want some more of that right now, but that nigga ain't ready probably, so they just keep giving you that look, like, you know, it's like a greedy look, where you like, damn, she look like she hungry or something, like she desperate. You say, you ain't even said nothing. She like, huh? That mean you did her right. She ready. She ready. You ever had sex with a chick and was about to say something? She was like, huh? I ain't say nothing yet. Can you relax? That means she at your service, my boy. She waiting for you to make a demand. What you need, huh? You need a few dollars? Nah, I said I need an egg sandwich. A little hungry. I go for an egg sandwich. Put a little lettuce and all that on that. BLT that thing up. You feel me? I'm sorry, authentically, Kenya. That's what I do. I give wisdom and laughs. But I'm not lying. When I have sex with women, that's how they look. Right before I'm done, they be looking at me. One tear be falling out their eye. They be looking mad spooked. Like I stole something or something. They be mad attentive. Picking lint and shit out my hair. If you don't get the fuck off me, ain't nobody in here looking at me. You know, you have something in your hair. You want something to eat? I want you to shut the hell up. I'm trying to catch my breath. Can you shut up? You shut up, please. I'm trying to catch my breath. It ain't like you did nothing. You was laying there looking dumb. I put that work in. You ain't did nothing. You ain't gonna make me something to eat. You ain't do nothing. Start abusing her. You ain't even do nothing. I ain't even know it's bad. You ain't do nothing. Nah, you know me in real life. Any chick I ever been with, they be acting like they crazy, man. All my chicks is crazy. Be like, you like Solace. Watch what they be. I don't even like him no more. What you talking about? They go crazy when you like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was attached. But she went crazy, boy. You mentioned this thing. Some of them, not all of them. But this is just the ones that ain't got no access no more. The ones that still got a little access, you know. They do that. You still mess with cheese? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Shut up. You just asking. Shut up. Chicks is goofy when you get to the bottom of it, but you know they tons of fun when they tons of fun. When you having sex with a woman, this is just for young men, you don't want to go in there with that attitude like, I know what I'm doing. Vaginas is all different. You want to, you know. I tell them I'm the navigator, but you got to stir. You got to stir me in the right direction. I find that rhythm. I'm stirring. I'm stirring. Feel me? I know what you're doing. Get that groove. Oh, I'm stirring. You stirring her tea, my boy. You got to know what you're doing. I'm mowing that grass. I'm putting my stick. My lawnmower in that lawn, you feel me? And so when you done, it should look like the Ghostbusters slimed the dog shit out of her. Cause you feel me? I leave them oozed out. It look like the ooze hit them. That's their own. I'm done with them. Mine's inside of them. What's outside of them is their own. You feel me? I put my ooze inside their belly. They ooze all on their stomach and on their butt. That's their own. You feel me? Slimed her out. Water ride. Look like we have a baby or you fight when I'm done with it. You feel me? Because I don't play. I don't play. Let me shut up. I'm probably making hella chicks horny right now. I'm like, ooh, Big Ooh says, sound like fun. What you doing tonight? You got room for one-on-one? She don't want no one-on-one. She want to have sex with me. I be having chicks get one-on-ones. They don't want to know shit. I'm like, so what you want to learn today? You know. You be around my neighborhood sometimes. You be around my neighborhood sometimes, Alice. I think I seen you once. Nah, that wasn't me. Don't worry about it. Oh, well, you want to come? Nope. Laying down. Look at that, son. That thing looks crazy in real. It don't look the same on the camera, man. Hold on. At the end of the summer, man, them sunsets start getting real pinkish, reddish. Like, ain't nothing like, summer going into fall sunset, man. Them things hit different. Like I told y'all, my favorite season is fall. You get in tune with, the natures of life. All the seasons got a different feeling. And fall got this, like, going back to school, briskness in the air type of feel that I like. It's in the early mornings and the evenings when the sun is setting, but it's a lovely feeling in the fall that you don't feel in the summer or spring. It's just a fall thing, That's like the best season. It's like save the best for last, Because it all starts with winter. Meaning it's winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter's like night. So, it all starts with night. Then it's the morning. Then there's the afternoon. Then there's the evening. The 4 seasons of the day coincide with the 4 seasons, of the year. And of course, we have our 4 seasons inside of us. So you guys are different emotionally through y'all quarters of y'all own personal year. I'm not saying your seasons match the outer seasons, but you get my point? You have your 4 seasons within. And throughout the year, when you start to pay attention to yourself and become more aware of yourself and your cycles, you'll notice I'm different in the summer than I am in the winter. And I'm different than I am in the winter than I am in the fall. But I'm not talking about the outers, meaning you can connect it in that way, but I'm just speaking within. You may come to realize, man, these 3 months, my energy like this, and then the 3 months after that, my energy is like this, and you get it? It may not be in line with the seasons, but it will be a 4 seasons, But yours, like I said, you got to learn your own cycles. It's like a woman. She have to learn her own menstrual cycles, or she have to be dependent on the moon to kind of keep her in a 30-day or 28 and 29-day cycle. A woman's menstrual cycle is no different than the moon cycle. The moon cycle is how we tell the months. But you don't need the moon to tell a month. A woman could tell you that because her cycle is the equivalent of the moon. And that you don't necessarily need the moon. Like that. And so you get my point? Time is loose. It start whenever whatever you using to start. You get my point? In that. A woman might be ovulating, but it might not be on a full moon. Meaning full moon is like ovulation. Meaning when the moon is full, it's like a woman reaching ovulation. And then when you see the moon going from gibbous to half back to new, it's like a woman going, releasing her menses and going to no period or new. Like the ancient Egyptian deity Nu. She represents the primeval waters or, the menses cycle, which is the primordial waters. These is the waters that make, the body or the egg cell, which is the primordial body. And you get it, everything starts there in the menses, whether you speak in life or an individual in it. I don't like spring so much because spring is freezing. It's like spring and winter go together. So the ends of winter is the beginnings of spring, which is freezing. It's just like the end of summer, which is fall. It'd be hot as hell in the fall. Think like that first few weeks in September when you going back to school. It'd be hot as hell. Summer came early this year, meaning how it feel in August, we got it in July. A lot of people don't realize that because a lot of people, they lost into their own life, like the going to work and all of that, and that they not able to pay attention to these little cycles. But I've been paying attention to certain things. In New York, it gets really hot and humid around the second week in August, and this carries on to like the end of September. But as you get into September, you might have a little chilly morning or evening, but it get hot in the day. It might be like 90. It'd be like bipolar. When you get into like October, it still be a little warm. You might not need a jacket, maybe just a sweater. And you get it? As you get into winter, it starts to get cold. So I'm saying that so you can grasp. Fall and summer go hand in hand. The beginning of summer is really like spring still. The end of summer, beginning of fall, that's like summer. Like the ends of the heat. And so it go deep. Spring kind of cold. Getting warm from cold. Fall is beautiful because it's going from hot to relief. So it's kind of like, you start getting a little relief from that sun. That thing, it hit different. That sun starts setting early, it start getting dark early, it start getting a little more romantic. Like, it's more sexier, fall going into winter than it is spring going into summer. Still be all covered up and, it's a little dusty still. View thoughts like luggage or like, possessions of the mind. You have to act them out or speak them, or you'll start to find yourself becoming troubled as you get older, meaning you're going to have a lot of chatter of the mind and, disturbances of the emotional state. This is a result of people not speaking and acting Meaning y'all get a lot of thoughts y'all don't act on, and then y'all have a lot bottled up in y'all mind that y'all don't say. Your average person, they usually bullshit talking. They not speaking from their heart or speaking what's really on their heart. When they start speaking what's on their heart, they start arguing. They don't know how to just speak what's on their heart, kind of get it off. And that, you get my point. Most people get a little old, they start getting bottled up to where they can't even express themselves. They don't have the urge to. They get so frustrated, they be like, forget it. You don't want to get like that. You want to kind of, if you're young, you want to make sure you're always expressing yourself, but you want to practice on how you are, because it can come out wrong. You want to make sure you're clear on whatever you're saying, and try not to speak when you see you lost in your emotions. You wait till you good to speak. And you get my point? Some ideas and things you get in your head, you want to make sure you want to do the bulk of them. Of course, everything that pop in your head ain't a good idea, but you get my point. You want to get to a place where you ain't got stupid ideas popping in the head no more. So you figure after you do a few of your dumb ideas, you like, I'm good on that. You get my point? Just grow from there. Get everything on the up and up. Everything will be everything for the self. Two hours, dang, I thought I was on like 4. Hey guys, let me know how long I've been on truly. If it's only 2 hours, then I can give y'all, another hour or so. I thought it was already on 4. I was about to end it. But get all the juice y'all can while y'all have me, online. If any of y'all have any questions or you struggling with something, take advantage of the opportunity. I can't say when I'm gonna lose my urge or desire, to speak. But it's getting close, I think. Like I said, if anyone wants to give back, my links are in the description. You guys pay y'all tithes for the wisdom, right? What would you guys like to pay tithes for? Like, what would you guys like me to do? Because, at some point, making money from teaching is just making money from teaching. That's a waste. You get my point? And so, what y'all think I should do with the money, when it start coming in, of course. I fulfilled everything I want to for the most part. That's what it says on my end. 2 hours and, what you said. They out there jumping. See them? It's a puddle of them. That's fish. Puddled up out there jumping around. You get too wrapped up into the life that you create for yourself, whether good or bad, you're gonna get lost on being aware of the life that was created for you to create whatever you think you created, you know? Let's say you a rapper or something, you just got a record deal and you know you creating and you doing your thing and you making things happen for yourself and you're so lost into that, you're not taking the time to look like at the life that's being created for you, because you ain't controlling truly the happenings. And just adding your take on it. That take on either take away from what's being, you know, created for you or is gonna add to it. But we don't control anything. It's just the ego that make us think that we do. You know, people tell you like this, how you do this or that in regards to your, you know, being successful. They can't tell you that because we don't have the control. We just get what we get and then we kind of like get lost in the ego, like, you know, we knew what we was doing or we created these opportunities, but truly the opportunities was created and we just kind of accepted it and made the best of the opportunity. At some point we get lost in the ego, then we just say like, you know, we did whatever, you know, whatever it is. It's like if you got a job, you use that job to get yourself a car, house, and many things, and you feel you like I'm doing my thing. You don't look at it like now the job is making it all possible, and you get it? That I didn't create none of that. I just was. The opportunity came, or I went to it, however it worked. But you get it? It all came together. It wasn't just my doings. In that, you kind of grasp, okay, it's just about me being aware. The same way you was aware that that job was hiring and you showed up to kind of try to get it, there's all kind of happenings. And you have to just become aware of where you need to be and where you need to apply. This has nothing to do with jobs. This have to do with everything. Jobs, anything you could think of. You got to become aware and know, like, the happenings, you know? What's happening in regards to for you. Meaning life is making things happen for you. And most people just don't notice it. They haven't become aware and in tune with themselves to know like, oh, this is an opportunity. Or even it could be a negative thing that happened. It's a deep opportunity for you, but you don't see it. That's why it's not good to get lost on like the duality, good or bad. Like I always say, both sides is here to serve you. You just you got to be balanced. So you don't get the extreme ends of these things. Look at good as on one side, bad on the other. And the farther you go to either side, you go into the extremes. But if you stay in the beginnings of them both, you know, in the middle, this is the beginnings of the good side and the beginnings of the bad. And you get the goods from both sides, because the bad don't start off bad and the good don't start off bad and the good don't start off bad either. You know, the good gonna transcend in the bad gonna transcend in the good, but you get it? They both have their good parts. You gotta learn to receive the good parts of things and throw away what's not needed. Big Yeppy said, how do we increase our awareness? By paying attention. The same way y'all increase y'all awareness and other things y'all pay attention to. You probably know everything about rap music and the new rappers, but you get it? In regards to self, so you don't pay attention to yourself like that. You know, pay attention to your cycles, you know? Start with your repeating cycles. So today you did whatever you did. I'm talking about the moments. Let's say you wake up every morning, you get your coffee first. Start becoming aware of that. But damn, I got my coffee today at the same time I did yesterday, and I went and took a shit after that the same time I did yesterday, and you'll start to realize, damn, I got a little cycle I done got bound to. And so you get my point like that. Become aware of your cycles. This is how you can control what you become bonded to. You don't want to become bonded to things because this is when you become stuck. Whether you're talking to a person, a place, experience, whatever. You don't want to become bonded to things because then you become stuck. And so you got to be aware of your cycles. Some of y'all say, man, I don't like the life I got. I want something new. I want to do something different. Well, every day, you do your same old routine. Your routine is what makes that cycle more strong, where it's harder for you to get out of it. Say you wake up every day and go to work and you do the same thing in the morning. You stop at McDonald's, get you a little bacon, egg, and cheese or whatever you get. Every morning when you wake up and do that same thing on your way to work, it make for that cycle to lock in more and more. And that if I say quit your job, let's just go do something new, you like, hell no. You're already used to your cycle, even if you don't like it. You say, I hate my job, I don't like nothing about my life. But you don't stop though, like the cycle. And so it starts with that. You gotta stop the cycle. Look at it like roads home. If you take the same road home, you're gonna see the same things and the same people. If you do the same thing every day on your way to your things, then you're gonna see the same thing. You get my point? That change where you go eat in the morning maybe, or change this little thing or that little thing, and that's how you're gonna change the cycle. You gotta attack the small things. Say every day I wake up and drink my coffee. This morning I'm gonna wake up and not drink none. And you're gonna see like your outcome become different. The coffee leads you to the next thing leads you to the next thing. But if you don't do the coffee, then you notice like, oh, I didn't do the other things too that I do that kind of go with it throughout the day. You notice how the things you do throughout the day make for your day. And that, you learn to change up, what you do. Or how you do it. Do me some yoga after this video. Those of y'all that, learned a little yoga from me may want to do the same. Do some yoga, some stretching in this evening. Focus on all the negativity you bring in while you entertain. And then, once you become aware of certain things, then you can work on them, but you have to become aware first. Most of y'all will come to see, everything is perfect how it need to be. You just out of tune. Most people don't know what they truly need, and that when they getting what they need, then they all grumpy about it. Some of y'all need a little hardship or, downtime so you can see what's real. You kind of be getting lost in all the hype and the fake. Some of y'all like that. You gullible, you be desperate for attention, and you get lost in all the fake shit and the hype, and all the fake ass people. You be knowing they fake, but you get lost in your moments, and sometimes you need that downtime so life could show you like, nigga, you got all these fake ass motherfuckers around you, where they at now? Life wants you to see that, like, don't get lost in all that hype. You take this downtime, reinvent yourself, and, be stronger moving forward. And most people get lost in their downtime. They become the resistor of it, and that, you get it? They just make the downtime longer and make the struggle longer, because life gonna put you through things, and it ends soon as you get it. Meaning life gonna put you through mad shit, and then as long as you trying to blame others, it make it longer. Life like that. Life show you where you went wrong. If you catch it, things change fast. You be back on your square, you be back good. You don't catch it, you get it? And life just keep making it come up again and again. Look at it like a day. The sun rose, the sun set yesterday. It rose today and it set again. It's gonna do the same thing tomorrow. But that keep happening because y'all don't ever get it. The rising sun and the setting sun is a message to man, but man don't get it. So it just keep happening. But if he get it, it won't happen no more. It's done with. You got it. On to the next thing. And that, you get my point? We be talking about the abyss and, your realms of pleasure. Orgasm, nirvana, something else. So just become better in y'all ways, stop wearing winter coats with hoodies in the summertime and shit like that. That'll kill you, man. Leave that K2 alone. You got K2 Christians out here. That mean they ain't real Christian. Niggas smoking K2, that's fake weed. A K2 Christian, you get my point? You don't want to be a K2 Christian. All in the club, sucking on dicks, showing up to the church house on Sunday. It's a K2 Christian. Cut it out. It's that bargain Christian. It's that bargain booty Christianity. Cut that out, man. Those of y'all that lock into the teachings and kind of apply the things that I've been saying, to self, you should be getting wealthy in spirit and mind, After that, that should manifest into some sort of physical wealth for you. And you take those physical wealths and you enjoy your moments, Enjoy the finer things you normally wouldn't. This will help to evolve you as a person. It's like a baby. They eat that baby food, and when you give them some of that grown-up food, they like, I'm good on that baby food, my boy. You evolve them. Like that. Y'all have to learn to evolve yourselves. Don't look at things as a matter of money and I don't have this or I don't have that. Because everything's truly free. And that, anything you want, it can be gotten for free. You just have to think. But y'all about to tell me things don't get given away for free? Some of y'all got expensive gifts. You ain't pay nothing for it. It was a gift. It was just in the right environment at the right time. You just gotta know what you want. And you don't want to be too greedy in your wants. You just want to, taste a little more than you have as you go. And that you don't become all drunk or jaded out. It's just shallow. Become all wealthy and shallow. But that's from Russian. Overnight stars, overnight millionaires. They gonna become shallow because it happened too fast. And so if your wealth and your growth is slow and steady, or, it ain't even got to be slow, but a process, you're able to adjust faster. Or you're able to adjust to every level as you grow, as opposed to you just being thrown to the top floor from the bottom. You're gonna lose your way. So it starts with the thoughts. You want to think positive in regards to yourself. You don't want to be thinking like, man, everything ain't working and this or that. Everything is working how you're applying yourself. And so a part of your application is attitude. You want to make sure you got the proper attitude for yourself. Everything have to be aligned. The mind, the emotional state, and the physical actions. And so it's that simple with you, y'all. You got to get your mind in tune with your emotional state, and your emotional state in tune with your physical acts in accordance to whatever you're trying to do, If you want to be a rapper, you need to get your mind there, where you view yourself as a rapper. You haven't got signed yet, but rappers are rappers before they get signed. They get signed because they're actually a good rapper. And so do you get it? The signing ain't gonna come until you view self as a rapper. When you view self as a rapper, you will do as a rapper does. You get it? When the emotional state matches those thoughts, where you really feel it in your heart, like, nah, I'm a rapper and I'm dope and all of that. I just ain't get signed yet, and that's just how it be. But it's gonna happen, you know. You keep putting in the physical works, it's going to all happen because everything is aligned. Or you're either, trying to get it lined, and the moment you do is the moment it's going to happen to you, and everything leading up to that moment is just you aligning the mind, emotional state, and physical vessel as one. You follow? You have to know you have things to do for you to get up to do them. If you got it in your mind like, I ain't got shit going, I ain't got nothing to do, well, you ain't gonna have nothing to do until the mindset change. You get it? And so for most of y'all, you rushing through life, you getting all frustrated. Relax and just start with your mind. Get your mind, you know, groomed on positivity. And start seeing people make it. Start seeing people, getting good grace and opportunity and being happy for them and feeling like I'm next, The same way y'all emotionally attach yourselves to people's bitterness and stuff, you gotta attach yourself to their happiness and say, damn, I'm next. You know how y'all might see some grimy shit happen. You see somebody cheat on somebody, you hear that negativity. Now you looking at your spouse like, shit, nigga, you did that too? Like that. The same way you could take that negativity, see it, and then pass it off into self where you emotionally attach. You gotta become emotionally attached to people's goods. You see somebody make it big, you gotta feel good about it. Not force yourself, but get yourself there where you feel good about it and you like, damn, there goes another one. I'm next. I've been putting my work in. I should be next. And if I'm not next, at some point, and every time you see somebody make it from where you at to higher, it's just more motivation. Like, okay, it is happening. I just gotta be patient. Maybe I need to be in a different location, something, but you get it? Always keep the mind in line with whatever you trying to do is gonna happen. You just have to either be patient or be where you need to be at the right moment, and it will happen. Make sure the emotional state is right for it, and you make sure, you're physically putting in the work. You just have to trust that if you do your part, life is going to do its part. And you get my point? Meaning if you got your mind together and you got your emotional state together, and you putting in your physical works, the life gonna make all the opportunities come for you. That's why I say all you got to do is have your mind and emotional state together, because that's what's gonna spoil you the opportunity that life gonna bring to you. Life gonna bring you whatever it see you doing. If you're moping around and shit like that, life gonna bring you a bunch of shit for you to mope around, because your moping around is your calling. You know how they say if you call, it will come? They speaking like that. Whatever you doing is what you calling for. If you always aggravated, you calling for aggravation. So the life gonna always make things manifest for you to become aggravated, because it assumes that's what you want. That's what you got playing in the mind space. The life gonna give you the opportunity or the things that it thinks you want according to how you act. So you gotta become in tune with those things, knowing like, I control what I get by my, thoughts and how I feel. If I don't feel like shit, life gonna keep manifesting situations where I don't be shit. If I start to feel worthy and feel like shit, whatever I did in life, and mistakes I made, everybody make mistakes, and I'm ready to work and handle my handle, and you get it? You can't rush. You gotta take your time. When I was transitioning in my life from the streets, into what I do now, it's a process. That process is stop being in the streets or working a 9-to-5 job, becoming, bitter and angry with that shit, but not getting bitter. I used to hate working, but I never let myself get bitter about it. I always say like, well, this is better than what I came from, and this is the first steps too. This is the first steps to getting out of something that's completely negative. So it ain't perfect, it ain't what you want, but you gotta remember, like, it's a step out of the fire, and the more steps you take, the further you get out the fire, and you get it. I just kept going to work every day, and it wasn't enough, but I stayed in good spirits. The better jobs came, and you get it. And then after that, I got injured, and I started focusing on, what do I want to do with my life? Like, forget good jobs and chasing wealth. What do I want to do that I actually like? And so, I've always had a lot of wisdom. I always viewed myself when I was younger like I was going to be like a teacher of some sort. I thought I was going to be talking to bad kids, like about gang things, but this is just my limited thinking from my being a gang member and, in the streets, selling dope and shit. So I'm thinking like when it's all said and done, I'll probably be doing something like that. I used to think that when I was young, like I probably gonna be like, a motivational speaker for the young that's lost in the street. But you get my point? And become more than that. I do that for those of y'all that's lost there. But like I said, it's more than that. It's schooling people on that ain't even from them environments. But I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't work. When I'm talking about how much I hated work, the working man know what I mean. And he know like there's a connection there that wouldn't have been. I know y'all struggles in work because I went through it and I done. It's emotionally draining. Even if the job is good, it's still emotionally draining because you don't have your own time. And then you got to deal with, external forces that ain't always. Everybody ain't coming to work in good spirits, and that it become a battle emotionally. Spiritual battle when you just at work trying to do your job. Next thing you know, you get it. You got to be ignoring fools and shit. So that whole environment is just chaotic, but we have to do what we have to do until we can do better. Not saying working ain't a better, but I'm sure everybody wants more than just that. Whether you work still and you do other things. I mean, in that way, you might love your job, but you still like, it takes away time from other things I want to fulfill too. And so you get my point? It's just a process. You have to take your time, and just trust that, life got everything together. You just got to get your part together. This is your mind and how you carry things. Now these bugs is coming out, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. But hopefully y'all grasping this did some good for y'all. As Kenny said, I like that you're expressing yourself. I always do that. I don't be bullshit talking. Anybody know me know that. Now, if y'all have any questions before I depart, y'all can ask now. Oh, I'm getting bit up. Ooh, they hurt. Ooh. Y'all got to go. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. I must got some sweat up about the neck because they tearing that neck up. Biting that neck of that mohawk up. Come on, get the hell away from me, man. Now, y'all enjoy y'all evening. The wise who said, departing. Salam.